Hi, how are you? My name is Joanne, and this is my take on boundaries. And I'll get into that in just a second. I just want to apologize. This is like super late at night for me. I am a little late getting things done, but this popped into my head, and as well as a couple of other things. Of course, I try to do a mind dump before I go to meditation, before I go to bed. Um, and one of the things I do for a mind dump is I go outside and I just breathe. Um, you know, Start off with a nice slow deep breath and let it go, and then I just stand there and breathe and listen. Um, like we're on a semi-major road, so there's traffic and that, and in this time of year, after the traffic wanes, you don't hear much. Right now, there's very little leaves left in the trees, so there's no rustle. Um, and there's a gentle rain falling, but that's that's just how I end my evening. And I suggest you try it. Find a way to break yourself off from the day. Coincidentally enough, when I came in, I went to grab a glass of water and I had like 10,000 thoughts come through my head, which is usually it's the wind down, it's not the wind up. So here I am sitting in here babbling away because it's late and I'm tired, but my mind wants to talk. So it is what it is. So boundaries. Okay, so we refer to boundaries as in the general sense as the divisiveness between lands and in countries, etc., etc. But each of us has our own little bubble, for lack of a better word, that we should use as a boundary. And with the American holidays just going by, I noticed a few posts of people commenting about certain events that went on over Thanksgiving, and which brings to mind, Christmas is less than a month away. So you're going to have to be spending time with family and, extra customers at the shop or phone calls or whatever. There's going to be a few things you're going to have to contend with. And this is where your self-care comes in at the same time. Boundaries and self-care are pretty synonymous. They're like, they really work well together. Part of self-care is knowing when to say no. And you can still be a really good person. You can be a great person and still say no. I mean, let's use Steve Jobs. Had he said yes to absolutely everything, he probably wouldn't have been as great as what he did as he was. And we can say that for any of the persons that we have that we look up to. But when you're dealing with family members and you have, Uncle John over there who always has to bring up a point and invariably gets one semi-important part wrong, and you feel the overpowering urge to correct him, and because of years of experience that it's going to have an argument develop. So the question on that little point is, while you're setting your self-care boundaries in this conversation with Uncle Jack or John, whatever, is it more important that you be right in correcting what he said, or is it more important that you keep your personal peace and just go, yep? And if the conversation irritates you that much, say, excuse me, I'd like to get a glass of water now, and wander off and find another conversation that suits you better. Just a thought. There's various ways around that. Is if you have an irate customer in your shop and they start spouting off about something, and instead of justifying the position of the store or the merchandise or just say, yep, you're absolutely right, we'll look into it, and let it go. Chances are, as soon as you agree with your customer, Everything's going to smooth out. You know, it's just one of those things. But again, that's part of a personal care boundary. When you take that moment to just and breathe before you say anything while whoever is going on about whatever they're going on about, breathe. Just breathe in and breathe out and try to create this nice little circle while you're breathing in and breathing out, so there's no gap, there's no pause between the in and the out and the out and the in. And see if that doesn't change the way you feel about the particular situation that you're in. Give it a shot. Let me know. Drop a comment below. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have, thank you very much. And if you find any value at all in any of the babblings that I have previously posted, please tell your friends and ask them to subscribe as well. I would really appreciate it. And if you have any particular topics you'd like my take on, please send me an email or drop a comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyway, I've babbled long enough. It's late. I am probably not even making sense at this point. Please take care of yourself. You are the most important project you will ever have the privilege of working on. Be kind to yourself. And if you don't know how, send me an email. I'll set you up. It's a piece of cake. Have a fabulous rest of day wherever you are. Bye for now.